What's up? I'm Alex Roth, and I'm here with our tech editor, Elena Yee.
Hey guys.
And now we're talking about the upcoming Apple event on October 16th. And invitations just went out, and they said it's been way too long. And now, is that Apple being sarcastic, or do they really think that it's been long enough that they got to refresh everything?
I don't really think Apple is ever going to be sarcastic about any of their taglines. They like to play it coy, you know?
Yeah. The bet is on a new iPad, a new iPad Air, and maybe even Mini with Retina. There's already been some leaked photos out there, right, of this new iPad.
Right, so the photos indicate that we're going to see a thinner iPad, one that supports Touch ID, and then also it's going to have, weirdly enough, a recessed volume rocker, I think. So that last one really surprised me, honestly.
Yeah.
But of course, these are just rumors, so it's not guaranteed that it will come true. But lately, you know, over the last few years, I should say, we have seen like the leaks kind of come true.
The bag awfully early. Apple can't seem to keep too many secrets anymore. My bet would be no more 32 gigabyte iPad. You know, that's what they did with the 6 and the 6 Plus. It's 16, way too small. 64 and 128, probably more than you need. It's too bad that 32 is not the entry level, but obviously, you know, they're driving people up to
I really think they want people buying those mid and like top tier SKUs just so that they can basically get more out of people. There's other things that are kind of due for a refresh at this point. So
the
like,
Apple TV.
Right.
The Apple TV is getting old at this point, and you know, the Kindle Fire TV has voice commands, and Apple has Siri. You know, why don't you just combine the two, and you've got a pretty great competitor right there.
And then just in the streaming space in general, I mean, like since the Apple TV came out, last one came out, which was I think 2012. You know, now you have like Roku with all their products. They just recently released their streaming stick to compete with the Chromecast. And then, as you mentioned, there's the Amazon Fire TV. So the space is definitely getting a little bit more crowded. So I could definitely see them wanting to come back to that, especially since it was an initiative for them a while ago. For me personally, what I would be interested in seeing is if they're going to ever release an updated Mac Mini, which I know is a product that not a lot of people are super interested in just because of the form factor, and also because you can't upgrade it and it's not like as high powered as the Mac Pro. But I think it does have a pretty dedicated following, and me personally, I like smaller form factor computers, so it would be interesting to see if they update that, because that's also, I think, last time they refreshed that was like 2012 as well.
Yeah, and we put out the call for comments on what you're hoping for or expecting from this event, and the iPod Touch came up a lot, which was another product that I kind of forgot about.
Yeah, another last updated 2012 product. The 5th generation came out 2012. They've done some refreshing since then, like released a 16 gigabyte model, then later added rear eyesight camera to the 16 gigabyte model. Also, you know, gave it some more colors to choose from, but the internals haven't changed since 2012.
It's an
A5 chip.
A5 processor, which is, you know, we're on A8 now. It's getting pretty old, and it needs to keep up because it's a great little, you know, gaming device. It's affordable. You just hop on Wi-Fi. There's a lot of cool games to play on it.
I think the last thing, honestly, for me that I think I would expect to possibly hear them announce is iMac with a Retina display. Just because that's something that people have been clamoring for, and it's just the product line that hasn't gotten that yet.
It seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
What about a giant iPad? Do you think that could seriously happen, the 12-inch iPad? That's one other thing that I think, no way, that's not happening.
I don't know, again, like we've heard them so often say like, we'll never do that, or people have said that they'll never do that, right? So
and then they do it.
And then they do it, right? So like, we'll never have a big phone. We have the 6 Plus now. They'll never make an iPad mini because they'll cannibalize their sales. We have an iPad mini, and they sold really well. So between those kind of like historical things where they have actually done it,
you never know.
You never know.
It could happen. Well, whatever Apple does, we'll be covering it. So keep it locked here on IGN for all things tech.